Hello again, thanks for watching. If you're stuck for motivation or you're looking to switch your training up, here is a full body routine. It's a good little setup, will blast you through really, and you can adjust the reps and sets to what you need also. Targets all the primary muscles, so yeah, it's a good little session. So starting off with dumbbell bench press, flat bench. I absolutely love this exercise. I used to hate it. Still not a fan with heavier dumbbells, but it's still a really good exercise, and it really supplements your bench press really well. The results translate over, and if you're focusing on your form and your performance, you will see the results translate over to your bench press, and your bench press will fly up. Keep your feet planted on the ground, keep your core engaged to prevent any rocking, and you'll be good to go. Keep it steady. So then we moved on to tempo squat. Tempo is 5-0-0, so 5 seconds on the way down, nice and controlled, and then in the hole and straight back up. So I'm just warming up with a bar here. Always be exercise specific with your warm-ups, especially when it's full body, because you're going to be utilising a lot of muscles. And so I'm really just moving throughout the motions here, getting my muscles fired up. I do some body stretching as well before this, but I just didn't record it. So tempo squats are a really good tool to use in conjunction with obviously your normal back squat or whatever your primary squat is, especially if you're a power lifter. They're really good for time under tension, they're really good for controlling and learning to control the movement as well and the weight, because you're slowing the rep down, you're going to be adding more stress to your body. In result, you're going to learn, your body's going to adapt and learn to control it better, especially when you're progressing with the weights as well. Yeah, it's a really good exercise, and I really recommend it. So I primarily squat low bar. I do this high bar just because it feels better to me, especially with the extra time under tension, and it also gives my quads a good workout as well. Obviously you can do it whatever way you prefer, but I prefer high bar with this. I find it easier, especially I've got an old quad injury which I have to really be careful with, so I find it easier and it's less stress as well. So my competition squat stance is low bar, but for this I do high bar just purely because I find it's more comfortable for me. I've got an old quad injury which can flare up and niggle at times, and it's less stress on my quad for that reason. I do get a good pump in my quads with this though as well, but again, this is going to be your choice and you're going to have to find a stance that's comfortable for you. This obviously, because you are slowing it down, you're going to be putting more stress on the body, so really perfect your form. Start with the bar and progress from there. You need to earn the right to progress. So yeah, really focus on your form with this. Really slow it down. You want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count if you have to. Keep your chest up and really focus on the slow and the powerful explosion at the bottom of the squat back up. So obviously because you're slowing it down, you haven't got the momentum to bounce back off. So you're really going to have to almost generate your own force on the descent up. This was my top set. It was 80 kilogram. This is the heaviest I've gone for tempo squats for a while. I'm slowly going to be building them up over the next couple weeks, months. Obviously, the more I can progress with them, the more I can control certain weights with a slower tempo, the more it's going to benefit me in the long run. So yeah, you have to earn the right to progress though. So you've got to really ensure your form's on point, your tempo's on point, and really nail it in from there. So as you can see, I've got a knee support on. I'm not gonna lie, I've got dusty ass knees. I've got arthritis in the one knee, which is why I've got the support on. I don't use it all the time, but it was giving me a few problems on today, so I had to put it on. But, small wins and everything. So this is Jordan performing his last set. He hates training legs with me. I'm sure, as you can see, I've just walked through the camera. I'm shouting him at the back. I'm checking his form. He definitely hates training legs with me, and you'll see why further in the video. But he wants good legs. He's going to have to work for them. These things don't come easy, and if you want things in life, you have to work hard for them. Can I get an amen? So we then moved on to Bulgarian split squats. the absolute bane of my life. These were just body weight. This was high volume, so it was 3 sets, 15 to 20 reps. I thought I was smart and I started off with 20 reps each leg. It was not a good idea because I was praying at the end, let's put it that way. As you can see, I'm only a few reps in here and my face says it all. I'm struggling and I don't know why I do it to myself. The gains are worth it, but at the time it definitely doesn't feel like it. And I've got a dodgy knee. I'm in the arthritis gang here. I need to be careful. So I've finished one leg and I've had to sit down. Honestly, anything over 10 reps, it's cardio for me. I'm training my lungs, never mind anything else. I'm a power lifter, we don't do cardio. It's a joke, I do cardio. Keep your heart healthy, guys. I'm on the second leg. This is only the first set and this is body weight, and look at my face. I'm struggling. I'm praying to a God that's probably not even listening to me at this minute. I am in a lot of pain. And this is the first set. I had another 2 sets after this, and it's just ridiculous. People think you need fancy exercises, fancy equipment, and heavy weights to get gains, to look good and make progress. This isn't always the case. Obviously, heavier weights are a form of progressive overload, which naturally we will all get to. But you can do some serious progress and damage in a good way, with smart programming, smart volume and periodization and technique. So keep it in mind. So this is my second set, I think. I significantly dropped the reps down to 15 because I was seriously struggling just after the first leg. You can't see my face here because I strategically placed the camera elsewhere, but I was in a lot of pain. You can probably see by my body language, it was painful. I'm questioning my life choices at every given moment when training legs. If you see me with a certain look on my face and I'm training legs, just know I'm probably hating myself and questioning my life choices. And these are just body weight, so there's been no added resistance or weight with these. So it's amazing what you can actually accumulate fatigue-wise and stress-wise on the body with just your own body weight. As I said, it comes down to a lot of programming and technical placing, but you can do a lot of progress with just body weight. So don't listen to these influencers and think you need to buy certain things. You can work out at home and achieve similar results up to a certain level. Obviously, once you hit a certain level, you're going to need to start progressing in some way, whether that's obviously introducing new exercises, time and attention, tempos, or adding weights and resistance. Then you will need to start introducing ways of progressive overload, but you can still achieve a good result, even body weight at home with good programming. Gordon's going to hate me for putting this on, but this was his, I think this was his last set, and as you can tell, he was really struggling here. He tapped out very quickly. I did make him get back up and finish it, by the way. So now we're moving on to a back targeted movement. So this is just chest supported row, single arm. Again, I like my unilateral work because it gives you a chance to target any lacking areas, any weak areas. You can really focus on mind to muscle connection, and it's just that added benefit. These are just technique sets, so it's just a fairly heavier weight with fewer reps. Just focusing on form and technique and really feeling the mind to muscle connection. So then I moved on to some biceps, so it's just alternating bicep curls, nothing fancy. I find my biceps respond really well to these at a lower weight and higher volume, so I chose a weight I could comfortably get 12 to 14 reps with, and I'm aiming for the latter, so the higher number. As you can see, I'm staying very stable, I'm not rocking, I'm not giving it any of the momentum to cheat a rep. So keep your core nice and engaged, stop rocking, keep your feet shoulder width apart, bring your shoulders back and pin your elbows to your ribs and really feel the bicep working, really get that mind to muscle connection. Again, with the unilateral work, I moved on to some tricep kickbacks. Again, this is an accessory, and I supplement it in with other movements to target triceps. I find I really struggle to feel my triceps at times, and I find this really helps with the mind to muscle connection. Again, unilateral work helps target anything that's lacking, helps with any weaknesses, and it's good for a good pump as well. And any unilateral work, it's also a good core movement, especially the heavier you go. So yeah, add in some unilateral work and your body will thank you for it. There's plenty of ways you can progress and regress these movements and the weights and technique involved. This is just a good full body day, gets the job done. It's there to target any lacking areas, any weaknesses or any niggles. It's there to improve technique as well and control of the weights. And your form as well. So this is just for anyone who's looking for a bit of inspiration or motivation. If you're struggling, get in the gym and try this.